Why would the WWE want the summer to get any hotter? I'm Chris Wolvie with the Wrestling Vlog, who always tells it like it is. Still don't regret voting against Belair and Cargill. I'll keep voting for it until they lose it. Oh, and I forgot about Clash of the Castle in Scotland before Money in the Bank. My bad. So, before WrestleMania 41 was slated for Vegas, a lot of people were thinking that Minneapolis, Minnesota would finally get it back after so long. The new place for the Vikings looked real nice, and I'm sure they put a good bid in for it. But alas, Las Vegas had a much better one, and Allegiant Stadium will once again host a major PLE like it did in 2021. But that didn't mean the US Bank Stadium was completely ignored. A month after WrestleMania 41 was announced, SummerSlam 2025 was announced to take place in said stadium, continuing the run of WrestleManias and SummerSlams in football stadiums, and leaving us to wonder when the hell Survivor Series and or War Games will get the same treatment. Royal Rumble is fine in the baseball stadiums, in my opinion. But that wasn't the biggest part of the announcement. Oh no. The biggest part wasn't where it was to be held, but when. And it was announced that for the first time in SummerSlam's long history, the third major PLE to come to be would be contested over 2 nights, just like WrestleMania is. Now, in a way, I get it. The WWE is still generally recovering from the pandemic, just like everyone else, and it needed not only NBC Universal, but apparently UFC as well to help bring popular superstars back into the fold and help move the company forward, not to mention sideways to other more profitable services like Netflix. So having a major PLE with over 100,000 people attending over 2 nights, twice in 1 year, it kind of makes sense. But here's my problem with the 2-day SummerSlam. Even though it's to be held in a relatively cooler place like Minnesota, do they not understand how ridiculous it sounds to have the WWE's hottest PLE of the year on days that seem to be getting hotter year after year? We hit the 90s in early May in Florida this year here. And having all those fans in attendance over 1 day has got to be taxing enough for the stadium's air conditioning. What will the combined body temperature of over 100,000 fans do to it? I know AC units these days don't use Freon or much of it, but the cranking of the units around the stadium is sure to add more greenhouse gases to the world, and that'll make it even hotter when they're wherever they plan to be in 2026. Okay, I'm sorry to sound like a Captain Planet episode or the like, but remember, where I am located, and the fact that though we do have 4 seasons down here, early summer, midsummer, late summer, and February, midsummer just seems to arrive earlier each year and stick around longer. If this is what it's like this close to the tropics, imagine how the rest of the country feels. Why do we get the feeling that once August 2025 comes around to Minnesota, it could be as warm as early summer down here? Fans will already be sweating by the time they get to the stadium. It'll be quite tepid with everyone there to watch 3 hours of wrestling, and then worse when a similar crowd comes in the next day. Okay, listen, I get it. They want SummerSlam to be as popular as WrestleMania, or at the very least close to it. And it's not like it'll be cool in Vegas in mid-April, though their power comes from solar and hydroelectric. So putting it in football stadiums was one step towards it, and since it's been successful these last 3 times, it looks like it'll be successful this year. Doubling the gate was the next logical step. But isn't summer hot enough that we need 2 days of SummerSlam to allegedly make it hotter? Besides that, SummerSlams haven't had too many matches as of late. if they want 2 nights of at least 3 hours, they're really going to have to make more feuds happen in 25. And even given the move to Netflix for Raw and as such probably less commercials and more matches, I don't know how they're going to pull that off. This may be the Paul Triple H Levesque era for the WWE, but I get the feeling he's, pun intended, sweating too much to get the WWE back to its glory days. In the WWE Universe, we appear to be sweating along with him. Literally. I'm Chris Wolvie, Wrestling Blog, who always tells it like it is. Pray for peace. And I'll see you